Hello, I'm here on Church Street on this busy, cold Wednesday afternoon. Further to a previous video, I said regarding new arrivals being aided and abetted by people with influence. They have helped them, they have left them unopposed to take over large parts of Kensington and Fairfield. Now, the new arrivals taking large parts of Kensington and Fairfield from its original owners would not have happened had those people with influence opposed it. Had Liam Thorpe of the Liverpool Echo opposed it.
My dad watches you. Can I say hello?
What's that, my love?
My dad watches you.
Oh,
Dad!
you okay?
He always watches you.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, Queen. There are now. So, where was I? So, the new arrivals could not have taken large parts of Kensington and Fairfield had people with influence that were able to stand up, speak out and oppose it. Oppose them taking Kensington and Fairfield. Bear with us then, I've just got a bit distracted. Let me start again. Right. What I'm basically saying is this: the new arrivals could not have taken large parts of Kensington and Fairfield had people with influence opposed them. Had the Liverpool Echo, Liam Thorpe opposed it, had the politicians opposed it, had Super Scousers opposed it, they could never have taken large parts of Kensington and Fairfield and other communities across the city. They could never have done it house by house, street by street, neighbourhood by neighbourhood. They could never have pulled it off. But they've pulled it off because no one's opposed them. Those that should have been opposing them didn't. They allowed them to do it. Right? The Liverpool Echo, Liam Thorpe, politicians, so-called Super Scousers, all the rest, they were in positions of influence to oppose what was happening, and they didn't. Right? So, going by that logic, it would be fair to say that those with influence that could oppose further new arrivals taking over large parts of Liverpool aren't going to do it. In fact, they're going to remain in the corner for the new arrivals, enabling them to take more and more street by street, community by community, and more parts of Liverpool. That's what is, it's getting really busy now, that's what's going to happen. In fact, is happening, right? So the new arrivals, they have been aided and abetted by people with influence who should have known better, who should have opposed what was happening. Liam Thorpe, the Liverpool Echo, you could have used the Liverpool Echo. The politicians, all those I've mentioned before, there's too many to mention. Super Scouse, so-called Super Scouser, they were in positions, right, of influence to oppose what was happening, yet they didn't. They all remained silent or aided and abetted it. So, going by that logic, ladies and gentlemen, those with influence, we know who they are, we know who I'm referring to, they're going to allow the new arrivals to take more and more parts of Liverpool. To such an extent, we then lose our unique Scouse character, traditions, and cultural identity. You, Liam Thorpe of the Liverpool Echo, are you going to oppose more streets and more communities, more parts of Liverpool losing its unique Scouseness? Or are you just going to remain silent? You, the politicians, are you going to oppose further cultural transformation of our glorious city? Any Super Scousers? Are they going to pop their head above the parapet, right, and oppose what's happening to our city? Now, when I say Super Scousers, I'm on about not those at the beginning of their whatever career they're in, whether or not it's entertainment, showbiz, sports or whatever. I understand, it's no good putting your career on the line. But those who've retired, got plenty of money in the bank, have nothing to lose, you need to stand up for the city you profess to love, right? Well, we know I'm referring to as one example, but I'm not going to mention him anymore. I've made my point regarding him. So that's what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. The new arrivals could not have taken large parts of Kensington and Fairfield, the top of Smithdown Road and many other parts of Liverpool without those with influence aiding and abetting them and being in their corner for them, right? That is what has happened. The people with influence who were able to oppose it haven't opposed it. They've been in the corner for the new arrivals. They've aided and abetted it, and they'll continue to aid and abet further cultural change of our glorious city. That's what's going to happen, right? Well, in fact, this happening, you can see it. You see it around me. You don't have to take Joe Owens' word for me. Just watch my surroundings. You can see what's happening, right? So, on a final note, it's getting really busy. The politicians with influence, the Liverpool Echo, Liam Thorpe with a lot of influence, Super Scousers with influence, or a so-called Super Scouse with influence, they've all remained silent. They haven't opposed what's been done to our city. In fact, not only have they not opposed it, they've went along with it, right? They've aided and abetted it, right? That is what has happened. It's scandalous, isn't it? The way I have put it, in fact, the only way I can put it, right? They have aided and abetted the cultural transformation of our glorious city. You people with influence, you were in a position 10 years ago to oppose this, and you didn't. You remained silent, and in worst cases aided and abetted it, right? So when I put it like that, you just see how terrible this has been. People that profess to love this city, people who profess to have this city's interest and long-term future at heart, haven't. They have abandoned the good people of Liverpool to cultural change. The new arrivals could not, as I've said, have been dispersed in our glorious city, sank the roots so deep they're now in the driving seat in parts of Liverpool, without those in influence turning a blind eye, aiding and abetting it, and obviously in some cases being in their corner for them. So again, that's some food for thought, that. But like I've said, how do we change this? How do we oppose it? Well, in the next general election, you've got to find a candidate opposed to further cultural transformation of our glorious city and give them your vote. We cannot count on those who have not only let the good people of this city down, but they have aided and abetted, and in some cases deliberately done so, and remained silent while the new arrivals take what is rightfully ours. Do you honestly believe the new arrivals, right? Do you really believe the new arrivals are sitting in their homes in front of the fire, praising us Scousers, what wonderful people we are for giving them opportunity and a future, and how they're going to safeguard the inheritance that's rightfully our children and grandchildren's? Do you really think that's what they talk about? That's what they think out loud, or even talk out loud? They're ruined for the day when all our children and grandchildren's inheritance is passed down to theirs. Right? That's the way things work. That's how they've always worked. Just look at history, Christ, you know. But these politicians, Liam Thorpe and even so-called Super Scouser, they're not that naive not to know that. They know how all this works. Yet they've aided and abetted, remained silent, and been in the corner of those taking our city from us, because that's what they're doing, right? I don't blame the new arrivals, right, for what they're doing, because that's how it works. we'd do the same. Well, we have done the same when we have the empire. That's how it works. This time, right? It's our city, our glorious city of Liverpool, that is now being changed and taken from us. I'll go now, ladies and gentlemen. It's really getting busy, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but sometimes I believe I need to get my point over. Okay, thank you.